treehouse.
Hey yo, Teflon King, a scientist and ringing. Buddha Trooper jumped out the Uber, eating grouper, party with bitches and cougars, Peter Lucas. That's my spot. $60 shots, I'm high off the hookahs. Play the back seat in front. Come through the rucker with two fuckers. Shorty and blonde streaks, my homie, we on peace. Just here cooling, everyday movement. Hit the booth, classics for niggas that don't know what they doing.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is a sample shopping episode, and these are, of course, sponsored by Dsquared.com. Check that website out. Use coupon code MAX12 for 12% off your entire order. Best place online to get niche samples, designer samples, discontinued samples, reformulated or original formulation samples. You are not going to find better prices. You are not going to get quicker shipping. And this is, you get what you pay for with this. If it's 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, that's measured out before it's put into the vial. Some other decant websites don't do that. I'm not going to name any names, but figure it out. Decantshop.com is far and away the best. Everyone I've recommended it to has loved it and has come back to me and thanked me. So you can thank me too. Use Decantshop.com and coupon code MAX12. Fourth, one more video in this from this haul from Decant Shop. This is the 4th out of 5. There's 5 fragrances to look at in this video, so I'm not gonna keep on talking. Let's just get right into it. First off, we're starting off with an interesting scent this time because for the first time, I think I'm talking to you about a fragrance that I actually own a bottle of. This is Rocky Mountain Wood by Dsquared. It's crazy because every round I pick like 12 cents, and Adriana will send me like another 8 to 10 she thinks I'd like to talk about, and it's amazing. I think this is the first one that I've actually owned. I blind bought this for 15 bucks at TJ Maxx, and I'm hoping one day I'll also find the other from the series there, like Original and Ocean Wetwood. Maybe next round I'll get Wetwood from Adriana so we could take a look at that one on here. From Dsquared, I have 2 fragrances. I have this one and I have Potion. And I like them both very much. One of my really good friends from high school, Alexandra Plazis, who's now running the downtown fashion scene in New York, she helped build this brand, so I have a special place in my heart for it. And I own a t-shirt and a pair of jeans from Dsquared, so I like Dsquared. It's an expensive house, but you can find fragrances at pretty good prices. FragranceNet has 100 ml of this for $36, so very good value there. Daphne Bugay is the perfume on this one, and it dropped in 2009. Notes on it are amber, incense, musk, violet, Canadian lily, white pepper, vetiver, and cedar. And guys, this is an excellent fragrance. Fresh, outdoorsy, definitely has being in the mountains with the fresh air kind of vibe. Really well done. I would give this a solid look. It's great for spring, it's great for fall, and it could work in the summer as well. I've smelled 2 fragrances from Dsquared, this and Potion, and as I said, I think they're both excellent. They have a new one coming out in September called Wild, which has some S&M themes in the advertisement. But I really recommend taking a good look at this one, as it is an excellent, fresh, very sort of different fragrance. Next up, we have one from the house of Roger and Gallet, and this one is called Jean-Marie Farina Extra V. Now, I have never gotten on my nose from this very old French house that I've seen in high-end pharmacies in Manhattan, and even though this house was started in the 1800s, it was bought in 2008 by L'Oreal. You can find 100 ml of this on Overstock for around 30 bucks, so this one is available if it's up your alley. It was originally released in 1806 and contains notes of bergamot, orange, and lemon at the top, petit grain, carnation, rosemary, neroli, and rose in the middle, and in the base, clove, myrtle, cedar, sandalwood, musk, white amber, and vetiver. And look, guys, I'll tell you why you should not buy this fragrance. It's $30, and you can spend a lot less and get a very similar fragrance in 4711 for about half as much money, less than half if you get it at the right place. This is just a very light orange blossom and neroli fragrance. Now, this one lasts longer than 4711, and it dries down to a sweet clove and sandalwood base, so it's definitely different. It's better. But neither of these are going to last forever. You know, these are fragrances that you want to keep in your fridge, and on hot summer days, hit yourself with 10, 15 sprays. It's more for you than anyone else, these sorts of scents. They're not going to last or project. If you're into these sort of fragrances and you want to check out ones that do project and last longer, you know, in the mid-tier, you've got Bergamotto Marino by Jean-Franco Fair. On the higher tier, you've got Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. And on the straight-up baller scale, you've got Neroli or Bergamot Extrait by Roja Dove. Those will last, those will project, and give good sillage. The drugstore brands will not. Next up, we have another from the house of, a first from the house of Joe Malone. This is called Lime Basil and Mandarin. Now, this was a 1999 release from a house that I've never talked about in this channel. My mother has several from this house, but her complaint, and the complaint that the masses seem to have with Joe Malone, is their staying power. It's supposed to be awful. And that sucks because they have a lot of interesting scents with great note breakdowns. I have several on my to-buy list from this house, but I'm not buying a single one unless they prove they could last. 100 ml of this one will run you $120, and a 30 ml can be had for $60. You can get these at Bloomingdale's and Blue Mercury or the Joe Malone Boutique in New York City. Notes on this are lime, mandarin orange, and bergamot at the top, basil, lilac, iris, and thyme in the middle, and patchouli and vetiver in the base. And I don't like this at all. I envisioned a light citrusy fragrance with an herbal component to it, like 4711 or Guerlain's Eau d'Imperial. This has a very medicinal, sharp basil note that takes away from being a light and fresh scent. I'll tell you how little I like this, guys. The basil sharpness. If I included samples in my worst fragrances I smelled in 2014 instead of fragrances I bought, this would have a huge lead right now over anything else. To me, it's sour, it's sharp, and it's offensive. It's a poor piece of work, and I don't get much except for almost rotted basil. So, yeah, not for me. Next up, one from the house of Tokyo Milk, or should I say another from the house of Tokyo Milk. This one is called Gin and Rosewater. Now, we've looked at a few of these on these episodes. I own two from their dark collection. I own Bittersweet Arsenic. I have Marine Cell on my to-buy list because I really liked it when I smelled it on sample shopping a couple weeks back. You can find these online in one size, 30 ml for $30. Beauty Habit has them, and in NYC, some Sephora and Ricky's location stocks the house as well. Margot Elena is the perfume here, and the notes are citrus, rosewood, mimosa, and mandarin. And you know what, guys? The first time I smelled this, I was appalled. I thought it was awful. Really, really awful. Worse than lime basil mandarin. Like, as bad as it gets, horrendous. And then gradually I started to pick apart the notes, and now I don't think it's that bad. I think it's mandarin and rosewood mixed, and while that's not for me, I could see people liking this. It leans far more feminine, and it can be a little off-putting and metallic at the top. It reminded me a bit, if I'm being honest, at first of the infamous Secretions Magnifique by Eldo, but it's better than that, and it's a bit more appealing than that, so okay. And finally this week, one from the house of Carolina Herrera called 212 Pop for Men. We've not looked at a fragrance from this house on sample shopping, but I own two from the house. 212 Man, which this is a flanker of, and I'm not crazy about 212. 212 is a nice inoffensive scent, but it's nothing that special. On the other hand, I have CH Man, and I really like that. That's a leather-based scent with a sugarcane note, so very nice. Excited to see what this one is about. The two others from the house that I have on my to-buy list are Chic for Men and 212 VIP, which gets compared to 1 Million. This one came out in the summer of 2011, and the only listed notes are mint and citrus. You can typically find this one online for about $60 to $70 for 100 ml. And I'll tell you what, I like this better than 212. It's sort of 212 with a brighter and tangier citrus and some mint. Now, you're not going to confuse this with Acqua Decima or 1861. It doesn't have niche quality, but as far as designers go, I like this. I think it's comparable to Live Jazz by Yves Saint Laurent, which is a fragrance Pierre Bourdon did in 1988. So if you're looking for a minty citrus, which seems to have taken off in Fracom, and you can't afford 1861 or an Acqua Decima or Selection Vert, then give some of these designer fragrances a look. They'll do well for you over the summer, won't break your bank, and they're inoffensive and will get you compliments. So that is it, guys, for this week's episode of Sample Shopping. We'll be back next week with the final one for this haul, and then I think we'll be starting up again real soon. Have a great fall and winter set up for you guys for Sample Shopping, so stay tuned. Use that website, dcanshop.com. Use that coupon code MAX12. That is the reason why you're seeing these videos. Without you guys buying fragrances, there would be no Sample Shopping, so it's on you guys to continue it. Use that coupon code. I'll see you again real soon.
Stay powerful, Paul. Me, I'm digital, y'all. Now fuck that, peep the visuals, God.